Hey leaders, we want to say thanks so much for being a discipler this year. Jack and I just wanted to answer some of your questions about discipleship. So Jack, do you want to tell our leaders why we're doing this discipleship program?
Yeah, so basically the number one thing is we're doing this 4-week program, and it's going to be really good. And so the reason that we're doing just 4 weeks is because we are allowing you to have time to where you can say, okay, I'm committing to you for 4 weeks. It allows for a definite beginning and a definite end so that you can set goals to where at the end of those 4 weeks you'll have those. And so basically the kind of the quote we came up with is we want to give the Timothys an inch so that they desire a mile. And so that's kind of like the main reason that we want to do that 4 weeks thing. And it allows for you to promise the floor and be able to reach as high as you can rather than reaching really high and not being able to get there. So yeah.
Fantastic. So introduce discipleship and then see what happens when they get excited about it.
Totally.
So what are we asking you to do?
So we are asking that you just meet with your person that you're discipling or your group once a week. Normal stuff, that's something that you probably already have thought about. But also we want you to do a Hear Journal, whether you're doing F260 or not. And the reason that we want to do that is because in discipleship in the past, people, myself included, we ask, hey, how have you been in your quiet time? And it's like, good or bad. And so we want the focus to be what you're reading in your quiet time rather than are you doing your quiet time. Mm-hmm. So you get more out of it and it allows for a better meeting in that time that you have.
Fantastic. Yeah. So in your discussion time, your Timothy's will say, and you as a Paul, bring what you read and your journal so you can talk about that actual scripture. And then each week we've provided a couple of other topics that are connected to discipleship that we want you to talk about. So some of it will be actually diving into scripture, prayer, evangelism that you'll be asked to do together, and also community, how they're connected, maybe the church they're connected to, as well as accountability with each other and that vulnerability. So those other topics we have included on a sheet for you, and we'll get that to you as well on a PDF. So there's one more part that we know some of you had questions about, and that's the evaluation. So we're going to introduce you to what that's going to look like.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing a staff check-in. So basically it's just you're going to answer 3 questions from one of us on staff, and it's going to be super easy. It's going to be on either a Google forum or a piece of paper, and so it's going to be super simple, but it's just going to allow for us to be able to check up on you for accountability purposes, not to lord over you and tell you exactly how to do everything, but just encourage you and be able to know how to pray for you and your group or person that you are discipling. And so we think that this is going to be very good for both sides, the Pauls and the Timothys, because it'll allow for the maximum things to get out of these 4 weeks.
Absolutely. And by the end, you'll see on paper that you've reached some of your goals, or if you haven't reached all of your goals, you'll see that your group has actually grown in discipleship. It might be that they grow in prayer, it might be that they grow in scripture reading, or they just met some of the challenges that y'all set together. But either way, you guys get to grow, and we're glad to be a part of it.
It's gonna be dope.
So, thanks, guys.